Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello people, welcome back to the channel. This is Stockholm Gunner and this is the weekly news show for Arsenal transfer window, right? Everything about the transfer window, Arsenal news and so on. What we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about it. That's what we do usually, right? That's what we do usually. And we're gonna kickstart it with talking about the game between Arsenal and Manchester United. I've been hearing that let's start with this. This is a tweet from our store boy Bukayo Saka, and he said we are happy with the 3 points to come away from Old Trafford with a win. It was not a great performance. We were not up to our usual standards, the basics and sloppy giveaways. Our decision making was not great, and that gave Manchester United a lot of momentum. We did not get punished for it, but we cannot do it in every game. I've been hearing that many of the Arsenal fans were saying this was a very poor performance. I disagree. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. At the same time, I think it was all right. Out of 10, say for example 1 to 10, I think it was a 5, the scale to 5 basically. And I think I'm doing something right now. Go ahead. Go. No, go out. Go out. Excuse me. You know how it is to have children in the house, and they are, well, they go everywhere, despite the fact that they know that I'm actually doing my thing, and they just can't help themselves. They go everywhere and they just go into the studio, in my studio. Anyway, well, I was talking about the game. I did not think it was a poor performance, nor do I think it was a great performance. I think it was somewhere in between. And we did see some good qualities from Zubimendi, Bukayo Saka, Victor Gyökeres, and sometimes Declan Rice. Our defense was very nice, very strong, and resilient, right? And I think we did the job. A win is a win, especially in Old Trafford. We don't go over there very often and win in Old Trafford. So I'm happy with that win. I really am happy with that win. For those people who are saying it was a very poor performance, I disagree with them. I think it's been all right. It's been an all right game for Arsenal, especially the fact that that was our first game in the season, and I think that the further we go into the season, our players will gel together. I really do think so, and they're gonna perform a lot better. Victor Gyökeres had the let against him, and he did not struggle. De Ligt is a very strong defender. He really is a strong defender. And what I saw from Victor Gyökeres was he was up for the battle. And the amount of times they were dueling for the ball was amazing. And Victor Gyökeres was winning some of those long balls that came to him. So I think it's a win. I really do think so. Despite the fact that we did not play very well, we came away with a win. That is beautiful. That is what was lacking from last season. Despite the fact that we did not play that very well, we used to draw or lose those games. But the fact that we got a win is great. It is really good. So if we can do that consistently and get the points, then we are going for a title challenge. What's the next one? The next one is Bukayo Saka on Victor Gyökeres. He said, I was impressed with him. He battled for us. It was tough. I thought he did well. His performance gave us something to build on, and I'm sure it will help him next week. He has slotted in well, so have the other guys as well. He's talking about Zubimendi, Nuno Madueke, and Christian Mascara. Who else did we get? And Kepa and so on. They have slotted in very well in the team, and I think the further we get into the season, we're gonna be doing great things. I really do think so. It wasn't the best performance from Victor Gyökeres, but still, I think his performance was all right. He was running through those channels that's needed to be run to, and he was giving the defenders a bit of something to think about, right? Nuno Madueke said this on his Instagram. He said, a win, but lots to improve on for sure. Thanks for the support. That is the game itself. And next one we're going to play against is Leeds. And I think we're going to see more from the brilliance of Victor Gyökeres. And we're going to see more from Zupermende. And I think Leeds are in trouble. They're going to be in trouble next week on Saturday, right? We are much stronger. I was watching the game between Leeds and Everton last night. And the way we play and the way Leeds play, I think Leeds is going to be in a big problem. That is the game that we had against Manchester United. And the next one we're going to jump to is the guys that's going to leave us soon. Hopefully, we are looking for clubs that could take these players off us. Mikel Arteta, this is a tweet from AFC staff. Mikel Arteta still wants to strengthen his left wing options, but must sell before he can do more transport business. Trossard is most likely to go at this stage, as Brentford, Aston Villa and several foreign clubs have shown interest in the player. Between Trossard and Martinelli, I will keep Martinelli. It annoys me the fact that he is not improving. He really is not improving, but I think he's the younger player and he has the highest ceiling. He can be dangerous with his pace. Martinelli could always be dangerous. He's not the most technical player out there, right? He's not the most technical player out there, but I think the further we going into the season, he's going to improve. I'm hoping that he's going to improve. That is Trossard, and we will see what happens with Trossard on that front. The next one we're going to jump into is Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira, I have to say, has been a flop for Arsenal. He has flopped big time. When Mikel Arteta brought him in, he was telling us, oh, he is a technical, very, very good on the ball, and he is a little magician, right? So therefore, we're going to see something great from Fabio Vieira, which we did not. He flopped very hard at Arsenal. And Daily AFC had this tweet, and they said, Stuttgart are in talks with Arsenal for Fabio Vieira, centered on a loan deal, though, with obligation, right? If a certain performance-led targets are met. A figure in the region of 17 million has been discussed, right? And there are some more regarding Fabio Vieira, and this is about 50 minutes ago. And Stuttgart, the tweet says, Stuttgart would only be willing to pay around 17 million, including add-ons for Fabio Vieira. Arsenal wants to recoup as much of their 30 million as possible and are willing to hold out for the right price. But Stuttgart are prepared to move on to other targets if necessary. I think 70 million is not bad. It's not bad at all for Fabio Vieira. I really do think it's not bad. But who do they think will come in for him other than Porto, the Portuguese teams, right? Portuguese team. Now Stuttgart is a German team, right? So therefore, if 17 million, that's what they're offering, I think we should go and take it. I mean, we may not get a better deal than that. We may not. He needs to go. Arsenal is not the right club for him. He's too lightweight. He's definitely too lightweight, and we haven't seen that technical brilliance that we heard so much about. Right. Next one we're gonna jump into is Rodrygo. Rodrygo is the player that I have heard about, and I think I'm gonna show you the tweet. Let me have a look. It's loading up. This is the tweet that I've seen. It was from Fabrizio Romano. He said this: Alonso on Rodrygo's future. There are many rumors in the there were many rumors in the summer, but I have seen him well, and I count on everybody. I count on Rodrygo for sure, 100%. Now, that just tells me that Rodrygo is not going nowhere. Rodrygo is not going nowhere, people, and I think Real Madrid wants to keep this player. And Alonso wasn't too sure at the beginning, but now he knows that he needs to have this player. He's definitely a good squad player for Real Madrid, and he's gonna keep him. That's what I think. And there's a more tweets for Rodrygo. And what's going on here? My computer's slowing down a bit. Let's see if it loads up. It is more tweets regarding Rodrygo, and this is the one that was very interesting. And the latest on Rodrygo, right, from Balagi. And now City have decided to keep Savinho. The option of Rodrygo going to City is over, they said. Rodrygo has not told Madrid he wants to leave. That's well, that was the suspicion that I had. He really wants to stay in Real Madrid. There has been 0 offers for him at this point. Arsenal hasn't offered any bids for him. Real Madrid is asking for 100 million euros, but close to the end of the market, they would accept less than 60 to 70 million euros. But it stands, nobody expect him to leave, though. As it stands, nobody expect him to leave. Real doubt Rodrygo would accept an offer from Newcastle if it ever arrived. I don't think so either. Real Madrid insist Arsenal have not made an approach at this point. We know that they haven't. They've been saying this is the perfect winger. This is the guy that we wanted. They haven't made an approach. I think the price tag and the wages is what is scaring them. That is what is scaring them currently. And I don't think they're going to go in for him. Unless the price comes down. Right? If not, then we're going to concentrate some other wingers. We're going to concentrate on the other wingers. What's happening with Ebriche Eze, though? What is happening with Ebriche Eze? This is a tweet from... let's have a look. It's like I said, my laptop is playing up today. It really is playing up. This was a tweet from Fabrizio Romano. Tottenham and Newcastle chairmen Danny Levy and Steve Parish in direct contact today for Ebriche Eze. That was the 18th of August. That was yesterday. Understood that Spurs are willing to offer 55 million fixed fee plus 5 million add-ons to get the deal done. Eze informed Palace last week of his desire to join Spurs. Now, it's mad. It is mad. We know that we need a left winger. Ebriche Eze would be an excellent addition to the team. What is Arsenal doing? Why are they sitting on the fence and not going for this guy? Why? I know that we have to sell players, but you do have the money, Arsenal. You're not a poor team. You're not a poor club. You do have the money to go in for this guy. Now Spurs is going to take this guy away from you. That is annoying. Maybe Bertha is cooking something up. I'm not sure what is going on with that, right? But to me, it looks like Eze is going to Spurs. More about Eze. David Austin said this: Spurs in talks with Crystal Palace over Eze deal ongoing. Before they can actually let Ebriche Eze go, they have to get a replacement in, and they're looking at He Chen, right? And they have to have an additional striker in depth because Eddie Nketiah is injured for Crystal Palace. Now that's what they're doing. They're looking for a replacement. They are preparing themselves the eventuality that EZE will leave. It looks like he's gonna go to Spurs. It looks like he's gonna go to Spurs. Nevertheless, we should go in for this guy. If they are offering 55 million plus 5 million add-ons, we can put the same money on the table, see if we can nick this player away from Spurs. But Arsenal has turned their attention away from EZE. That's what it looks like, and they are concentrating on this guy. Look, they have made inquiries about this player. It is Anthony Semenyo. Anthony Semenyo is the player that Arsenal are thinking about going for. This is a report from Football Fancast, right? And they said that Arsenal are now very interested in Anthony Semenyo. In fact, the report has revealed that the Gunners have been making inquiries about the Botman star, who is totally keen on making the move to the Emirates Stadium this season, right? This summer. However, he has recently signed a 1-year extension and was valued around 70 million earlier this year. So the pricing of the Ghanaian international from the South Coast could prove challenging. With that said, if there is a chance for Arsenal to sign Semenyo this summer, we have to take it, especially if he can get Gyökeres firing. I do think so. I think he can cross those balls into to Victor Gyökeres. And I remember when I did my match preview, I said that Nuno Madueke should get a chance to play on that left wing so that he can cross those balls in. And what we've seen from Nuno Madueke was amazing, a matter of fact, because he had such a deadly crosses into Victor Gyökeres. I think it was against Atletico Bilbao, yes. And I liked it. Those crosses was very dangerous, and Victor Gyökeres could work out something to do with those crosses. Now, if we do get Semenyo, I think he is a better quality player than Nuno Madueke, Martinelli, Trossard. I think he's a better player than those guys. So therefore, he will have an impact on that left side. But remember, Semenyo plays on the right side most of the Dortmund's games. So therefore, sticking him to the left side, he will have an impact. He will have an impact. Definitely, he will definitely have the impact. That was the last thing that I wanted to say in the stream. And for you, if you guys agree with me or do not agree with me, I would like to know your thoughts, right? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I will look through them and respond to those right? For you guys who's new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, smash the like for the video. For my regular audience, you know what's going on. Smash the like for the video, the stream, much appreciated. And I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice one. Take care. Bye bye.